What's up, guys? It's your boy Yeet here, and I'm starting this off with saying thank you so much. This morning, I woke up and went to work like any normal day. Was at 99 subs for the last 3-4 weeks. Alright? And when I went to work, I was just expecting to be like any other day. And then when I checked my YouTube channel at work, we achieved 100 subscribers on YouTube. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It has been a long journey. I started my YouTube channel last Christmas, exactly 1 year, well, almost it'll be exactly 1 year ago from now. And my first video went up 1 year ago with Jay. It was Fortnite, and he's the one who got me into YouTube and this. So I have to give a massive shout out to Jay. You know him as YEET'N. He's one of my main people I play with at the boys. I have to give a shout out to Josh Arctic. He helped me with a lot of the technological stuff as well. I have to give a shout out to everybody who's held me on to this point. My team of AU4, who I currently play with Vanguard right now. Everybody who's given me support, and especially to all you, especially the 100 subscribers who have been out here supporting me through my perilous journeys and the inconsistent uploads through college, life in general, and now that I've hit 100 subscribers, I cannot believe it, and I hope you stay again with me for another more 100 and another 100 after that, and I can only continue to give out the best content that I have right now, and what I can and continue to be here for you guys. Without further ado, I decided to do something a little bit like memory lane down from my 100 thing. I'm going to show you where I am now and where I've been, and a little bit more explanation to that. This is why I'm starting off in OBS Studio, okay? I used to not have this PC, this $15,000 PC when I first started YouTube, okay? I was like mostly streaming off of PlayStation, and then I got my first laptop, my first school laptop, and that wasn't the greatest content. So I decided, why not take a trip down through my YouTube channel and see what the heck I was even doing, or how content was like back then now, maybe relive some old stuff. This is going to be a kind of a memory lane episode, but I seriously cannot thank you enough for 100 subscribers. And if you are new to this channel now, please hit that subscribe button. I really am excited to get more content up for you guys right now. I even got a new series on top of what I'm already doing right now, coming out later tonight, afternoon of this video uploads. Or actually, they'll be streaming as soon as this uploads. But yes, well, now let's start with where I am now. As you can see, I currently have a $15,000 PC. I have a very special face cam, which is what I'm using to record this right now. And the $15,000 piece, this $15,000 PC comes with this giant, got this blue Yeti mic, which has helped me out for making all the content and giving me all the voice for this. Got a keyboard now. Had this now from the $15,000 PC. I got my own desk, smart screen TV. And, well, I'm being able to actually stream PC games for once with this OBS Studio thing. And it has been awesome. Alright, now let's shrink this back down and let's go head over to my YouTube channel. Alright. If you take a look at my YouTube channel, I'm going to see if I'm just actually going to move my thing over here. Ooh. That's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. Let's move it over here. No, actually, I was right. It'll be fine. Sorry. Yeah, so let's take a look at here. This was my first ever live stream. This was exactly 1 year ago, the first stream I ever did, and this was with Jay. I believe this was Fortnite, I believe this is like Fortnite. I actually can't remember what Fortnite season this was, to be honest. Back then, my name tag for it was YEET'N9787. This was actually still when Risky Reels was in the thing, and I remember I was like pretty bad at Fortnite at the time too, and I missed this account so much because I no longer have this account that I played on at the time. As I realized that there was an issue with T being missing from Comcast, and me and my brother made this account. I remember Leviathan was like one of the first, was actually one of my first skins I bought, and here's me actually playing as Leviathan when they were there. I don't think there was much anything special clip wise from this stream, but this was like how old Fortnite was when I first started playing. It was awesome to see, to actually start streaming for the first time. I remember I was so excited, and Jay and me have both grown so much since this time. And again, this was my first stream ever. Our first video went up on November 19th, 2018. It's amazing to see how like old this was. And then this was also the time where I made where me and Jay made the VZN clan. Which was an old clan that me and Jay did, and we've been we made multiple clans ever since then, but none of them ever really stuck, and now it's just the boys. And then we did another stream pretty much on the same day. We did some more banter, scavenger pop-ups, and then I decided to actually play some Extinction. I've started. This was like first one played Ark, and I was like, I explored showed all the other dinosaurs out there, and then what they all were. Nothing really special at them except I just showed what they were. I didn't actually play this. I didn't actually get to play the series yet until I actually got it. So then I started making the Equality series, and then, well, that turned in. That was actually the first series where I made my Poke Crowd Pod system. As you can see, Fortnite was also one of the biggest things. I was still doing a lot of Fortnite streams with Jay. And then, as you can see, I obviously just continued Equality for a while, and then I started streaming my first game of Hearthstone. Hearthstone, I do not play that much now, but back then I was like, I don't have a ways of streaming Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't have a ways of streaming Vanguard, which I play now. I didn't actually play Vanguard in the past when I uploaded this, but now that I do play Vanguard, if I did have a way of streaming Vanguard, I always stream Vanguard, obviously, than Hearthstone. But when I streamed Hearthstone, this was on my laptop, and you can see I used Hangouts on Air for this, and you can see, literally, the lag when you look at this. It was disgusting to look at this now and just not even think about not having my $15,000 PC. This was like the old bunkers in like Dusty Divot in Fortnite. This was like that stream. Oh my god, this was season 7 when I was there. Equality again. The Equality actually was probably my longest Arc series, and as the biggest thing you can really see now is like none of these streams at all had any sort of thumbnail when I first looked at all, and I actually don't even remember which was my first video I actually started making thumbnails for, because I didn't have the equipment for making thumbnails at the time. I just did streams. I didn't have thumbnail capabilities at all when I did any of this. More streams. I did Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links for the first time too. Again, this was on my PC, so it wasn't, wasn't the greatest. Like it had lots of like glitches in there. And then I decided, well, now I have a phone, and I was like, then my friend Jay told me, and actually, well, after Jay told me, he said you can upload videos through your phone. You know that, right? I was like, all right, fine. And then I started looking at it through Google, and I actually YouTubed how to upload from your phone to YouTube, and I found that out. So I was like, well, sick. I have a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profiles, right? I actually love Yu-Gi-Oh! And that was my favorite thing. So I actually really wanted to start a YouTube channel. Not even for Fortnite, but for card games. And that's when I decided to get the idea of uploading my deck profiles. And that was what really started taking off in the views rise. My first deck profile was ABCs. Now, as you can see, when I first uploaded ABCs, it was a sideways thing because I wasn't really comfortable using a phone at the time. But nevertheless, this was one of my favorite decks for Yu-Gi-Oh! When it was back in that 2019. I dominated locals with this deck with the Illuminite combo. Memories are still flashing back to me. Yeah, with the Illuminite combo. When I did this at locals, and yeah, it was amazing playing this deck for the first time. And that was the first video that I got over 15 views for, 56, and I was like, well, awesome. And then I decided to upload another deck profile, and that got me one of my biggest views ever, the Crawler deck. It was a complete, absolute meme deck. I still play Crawlers, obviously, right now in Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. If you're Link Evolution, if you're watching now, you know I am. 252 views out of this deck profile, and this deck was like budget. Like Gunbar Dragon was like $8 at the time. Crawlers are really, really dirt cheap, and somehow, for some reason, I ended up with 6 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down, and it was 252 views. I still can't believe this was the thing that I was like, oh my god, this is it. People love Yu-Gi-Oh! Just as much. I gotta keep rolling with the card gaming content because that's what I love doing, and well, it showed. As I continued to keep playing Fortnite and like card games, I was like, okay, now I started getting into Vanguard. Started uploading my Vanguard content. Though obviously the standard deck profiles at the time weren't the greatest because, you know, I wasn't, you know, the best at like Vanguard at the time. But when I started hitting more, and then obviously I started hitting more Fortnite content because I uploaded all my deck profiles at that time. It started going back to Extinction, more Hearthstone Arena. Still no thumbnails, and I was just keep doing this for over and over and over because I kept going. Doing late night games, Arc Extinction, breeding, more Fortnite. This was Open League, Division, Phil's, Gutsy Journey, Marvel Endgame Fortnite event. This was back when I believe Thanos was a thing. Not sure. Oh yeah, that was when Black Widow first came out, I guess. This was Taming with Truth. Truth was one of the first people who actually introduced me to some of the stuff in Fortnite and helped me turn a little bit competitive to actually help beat Jay. And oh yeah, sniping contest with Jay was one of the funniest videos I've ever done. And then obviously, I guess still Truth. Then I got my hands on Prank Kids, okay, and I uploaded a Prank Kids deck profile. 88 views. I still can't believe people were staying with me for this long, even when I didn't upload a bunch of it. And actually, now that I look at it, that was actually the first video that I actually did a thumbnail for. ABC deck profile was the first one I actually did a decent thumbnail for. And I was only doing that I was only able to do that from my phone, and I didn't really have anything for Hearthstone or Fortnite at the time, and now I do. More prank. I use the same one. I use the same thumbnail most of the times because I honestly find that a little redundant just to keep wasting my time when I just keep upload videos. I have a lot of things I do in life. 396 views though the second time around because I went undefeated with this specific version of Prank Kids. So if you ever wanted the Prank Kids run, that's where you go for that one. But that was over a year ago though. More games with Fortnite. I still kept playing that. And then, obviously, I played Dauntless a little bit. When I tried exploring new games such as Dauntless. And then Nexomon. We're gonna get a little bit on this. Then obviously started playing Uno, and that was one of the most funnest things was the banter nights, Arc Returns. I kept trying to go through Arc because I really liked playing Arc at the time. And then Nexomon. I played this through Google Hangouts at the time and was kind of laggy, and then so I ended up playing the rest of the game on my phone, and I beat the game with every single starter as my starter. You know what I mean? I beat the game with the one starter, which was I believe it was the whatever starter was this one. Was it the Water Beaver? Ooh, who did I start out with on this one? Yeah, I knew it. I started with BV, the Beaver. And I ended up beating it with all the other stars, which were at the time, freaking Vollazy, Blizzo. Hold up, let's just see the starters here. Yeah, Fethra, Petrel, Velkitty, and Sprunk. I beat the whole game as each one of those as my starters. It was an absolute blast. I still enjoy playing the game, and this is a little sneak peek about what's coming out tonight. Let's just say the new Nexamon game has been out for about, I don't know, a week now, and finally I got it, and this is what we're gonna be streaming later tonight. It's called Nexamon 2. Just a little bit heads up. Gonna be out there tonight. It's gonna be good because it's on the PS4 this time, and I'm not gonna have any lag. Probably gonna have to catch you guys up on the story of what happened in Nexamon though, but yeah, that's gonna be that was an ultra down memory lane, and even though that got 12 views as well, yeah, close fair. More Fortnite content. Then I got my first copy of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, and that's when the King of Games started coming in because people really liked me playing Yu-Gi-Oh! As well, and it showed. Fortnite, I still obviously continue playing because me and Jay were still rocking it. Another game with Prank Kids deck profile, more Yu-Gi-Oh! And then the Fortnite Dead was hilarious at the time. Aberration, more there, and then Thunder Dragon deck profile, 348 views, was amazing. I loved Thunder Dragon, still do. More Arc, Aberration, more Fortnite, more streams, and then we started getting serious. This point from here on, what was the stream? This stream was streamed on January 17th, 2020. Was when I started. I believe this was actually around the time when I started getting my PC, because you can see now I started uploading thumbnails almost every single video, like live right there. My first PC live stream. This was when Jay and Josh were over at my channel. This is Josh right down here working on the OBS studio right now. And then Jay just decides to sit down and play Fortnite on my PC. And it was an absolute bonkers of a dime, too. He was like trying to mess around with keybinds as well. I really could not have put this all together without Jay and Josh messing around with this as well. And then also big shout outs to my... he probably doesn't watch my thing, but I had some help outside building this PC. I obviously couldn't build a 15,000 PC with just me, Jay, and Josh. I had some help, and that honor actually goes to Greg Lynch. Actually, I had to remember the last name, but old friend of my mother's, and yeah, it was big help. More Hearthstone, and then this was this was actually my first Hearthstone stream on PC, and you can see obviously the same introduction nowadays. And I started streaming like hardcore. I was really like taking a liking to Hearthstone all the time. Then I started playing Apex for that. I tried Teamfight Tactics, League of Legends. Obviously, you didn't like really that much that. Obviously, I would have been playing more of that if you guys did. Started playing more started showing more Hearthstone deck profile. Started doing a lot of deck profiles then, especially in Hearthstone and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I obviously kept getting a lot of views. 36 here. Then Shadow's Gas was 122 views as well. Deck profiles seemed to be one of the biggest things that I started hitting up on the content as well. And thumbnails were flying off the shelves for things like Hearthstone. I started able to make thumbnails for Arc again and Genesis. Tried Pokemon TCG. Went back to Teamfight Tactics to show the space time for a few of them. More Fortnite content. The Demon Hunter, Ashes of Outlands came out. Now we're getting close to where I'm at now. 5 months ago, I actually played Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, the King of Games. This was actually through Steam on PC, and it was a big full screen thing, and it was an absolute blast. 39 views, the Return of the King of Games, and I started crushing it with just Gladiator Beast and hitting a bunch of fun on that. But Toxic Uno, more Arc underneath Fortnite. I still kept with the Fortnite. I still play Fortnite. Arc Ragnarok. I still was trying new games like Hex. And I'm not gonna say I regret anything I've done so far. Everything I've done in this adventure of mine has been an absolute blast. Started obviously posting updates on channels because I really wanted to keep my fans alert of what I was doing. This was actually my first ever Vanguard Zero stream, and I thank the Lord for when Vanguard Zero came out, because I needed to make Vanguard content, actual playing Vanguard with people, and this game gave it to me. I also really wanted to bring back some of my old things, and when I started looking back on like stuff I was doing, like Nexomon and Adventure, I really wish I started like, oh man, what if I could actually do something like that? I was like, nostalgia. Why don't I just play the Pokemon DS games, you dumbass? You can't play Pokemon DS games on the PC. And it was like, yeah, you can. Because you can do it with, like, the Desmog. I was like, oh, sweet. I can play Pokemon Randomized Nuzlocke. And that's when I started doing that. And that obviously every single one of them, like, ended up having an issue. I only got to, like, episode 4. And I never, like, finished, like, I couldn't obviously finish through with them. Dead by Daylight was another great start, great addition to the channel that I started doing, because Jay and Josh obviously got me into that. Again, I still try to stream Pokemon. More Vanguard Zeros. Vanguard Zero was another, actually more continue to pop up, especially tournaments. I started streaming tournaments, and that's what also got it bigger there. They also got me into Minecraft. I'm not really still a big fan of Minecraft, but I still play with them. Volguero, more Arc, more channel update, Fortnite, Pokemon. This was now we're starting to get really into where I really am closer today. I started making crazy thumbnails such as these, and even though I sometimes use redundant because I obviously don't have enough time to make more thumbnails, it still showed that I was really starting to take this seriously. I'm still enjoying to this day. This is just memories down now and everything. I actually could not find a really good thumbnail for the forest, so I still couldn't find one for that. My Tachikaze deck profile, which is really sad because it is honestly my favorite deck ever, and I only got 86 views on that compared to what I do for Yu-Gi-Oh! Was kind of sad, but it happened. Then I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, which was like Link Evolution for 1 month ago, and I'm still kicking butt in that game right now. Started more deck profiles, Fall Guys was a little bit, and then some new Fortnite stuff. And now we're getting to where we are today. Not really much has changed since then, aside from the fact that I now have thumbnails, a lot of them really well. Better able content. I don't really have a good introduction or intro to song or an outro. Maybe I'm trying to change that. And my goals for the next 100 subscribers is obviously to really step up my game. When I'm still in a job right now, and I'm honestly just trying to get an introduction with an intro song, starting to probably actually make montages, probably like monthly montages. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. And in the end, though, all I'm really trying to say is it has been one heck of a journey to hit this 100 subscribers that I am at right now. And I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And I will continue to post out content for you guys as often as I can. Thank you, everybody, again, and I am signing out for this 100 subscribers special. Have a fantastic day, and thank you all again.